everyone, welcome to my channel, MaryAnne's Mystic Dimensions, and welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection readings. Today is December 16th, so we are legitimately halfway through the month, and these are mid-month readings. And welcome, and especially thank you for your comments and subscribes and likes, because I read every comment and I always respond. And so if you ever have anything you want to say or ask me, or questions of any kind, or comment, just please feel free to do so. And if you're new and you have not subscribed and you like and resonate with what you're seeing today, please join the channel, because it's so incredibly helpful and kind, and it ensures more content, and it lifts my heart up a lot. It's really a very beautiful gesture, and it's free. So I'm going to be reading for the featured sign today in order of the astrology wheel, Taurus. So then Spirit will choose the highlighted connection for today, and then I will read 3 specific categories for that highlighted connection, and then I read an individual tarot message for every other zodiac sign in connection with Taurus today. So I didn't do my homework. I'm so sorry. I should know better. I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. I did change the tarot cards from the beginning of the month till the mid-months, and this is the Connolly Tarot deck, which I love very much. Very vibrant, very easy to read, and the symbolism is very clear to me. And then also I did add another Oracle divination deck, because I love it, and those are so powerful to me that I hope you'll stick around for those messages, specifically for you, Taurus. But let me look really quickly here. Forgive me if it's kind of a what you see is what you get kind of thing here. Not a lot of editing, but it's real. The last Taurus highlighted connection for mid-month, I believe, was what? Sagittarius. And then the one before that for the beginning of the month of December was, where is that? Oh my gosh, isn't that crazy? I don't think I wrote that down. Sometimes we have those days. And mind you, I'm going to try to get this up as soon as I can, because it'll take a while. You may not get it till this evening. And in some ways I said I like that, because you then don't have a self-made prophecy about the energies. But at the same time, if you do get it up at the beginning of the day, it can be a beautiful message and you want to feel that. But you can look back tonight and say, that's exactly how I felt and what transpired. So I like them both, Taurus and Pisces. Let's see what the spiritually guided, highlighted connection will be for today and for Taurus. It's so funny. It was Sagittarius most recently, so we're not doing that one, but it does also, it's on Capricorn. And I really kind of like that a lot right now. Maybe I should do one more time just to see, because it was in the middle. But Sagittarius was more recent, and I try not to do the same. And if it comes up a second, third time, then it has to be. It's what Spirit truly wants. It's so crazy. Wow. Not to mention, what did I do yesterday? I just did a Sagittarius yesterday. That's another reason. 3 is a charm. I know what I think that's about. We're going to go with Gemini. Gemini and Taurus, because the other one was Taurus and Taurus, so that doesn't make sense. Thank you, Spirit. Well, Sagittarius new moon solar eclipse happened on Monday, so there's still so much energy coming from that. And I love it. I think it's been beautiful for everybody across the board. And that's not to say there aren't, other things happening in your life that aren't exactly fantastic, because we're all still going through the motions of getting through the end of the year. But it definitely promotes a new start, a new slate, a positivity, a fiery energy, of motivation and drive, which is very indicative of Sagittarius. And then about, education and learning things, because I know a lot of us had to learn things this year we didn't anticipate, homeschooling, for example, or things you absolutely were thinking about before, and then you had a little more time. There's so many inspirational stories that I've heard to this point, and they'll just keep growing. So the influence of Sagittarius new moon will last some time, and the stories and the unraveling of the information necessary for you, we're all individual, but we're all affected. So you're included in there, Taurus. But the other thing about you, Taurus, is that you do have Uranus in your sign for, I think, till 2026. And so that can be amazing. Uranus is the planet of course, surprises and sudden changes, unpredictability, science, medicine, forward thinking. So being a Taurus, you are definitely an earth sign, and you definitely are a very grounded, I find, calming energy in many ways. Now, I'm sure there are Tauruses watching this that are thinking, I'm not calm. My kitten is a Taurus. He's not calm, but he's a love bug. And you know what I'm talking about. He's just got this beautiful central part to him. He loves all the senses. You can see him smelling everything, and he loves to taste everything, of course. And Taurus, you're ruled by Venus, so there's a big indication of that anyway. Because Venus represents the beautiful things, all of our senses, and the magic that the capability and the power of love creates, because Venus is about love. And it's also money. And you know what, Taurus? You understand wealth, how to accumulate wealth. You have always been known as the sign of money and luxury. And it just boils down to the fact that you are persistent, and yes, you are bold, symbolically. It is definitely about being stubborn and, once again, persistent and steadfast, which, in a lot of cases is exactly what you need, and the personality trait you need to persevere, to get to where you're going, to not give up, and to just, plant those hoofs or feet into the ground firmly and just never budge until you accomplish and achieve what it is you're going after. And you are patient. You're way more patient than a lot of other signs. And I will tell you that you don't really care for change much. It is slower coming for you. You get set into this routine and this kind of reliable system that makes you feel comfortable, and it's just, it's done to your standards, and there's all those things in the mix. But you are flexible in a lot of ways, and once again, this is the sun sign readings. This is our ego, personality, our personality traits, things that we can, segregate into each sign, which is what the horoscopes represent, and the compatibility with others, who you choose to be around. That wants to be flipped. But the reality is that you're a really, really good, loyal person and friend and lover and companion and partner. You're going to work harder than most. You're going to stay longer at the office than most. And you have this dream or this goal, and you're focused, and you are, once again, determined, and you will achieve great things. Now, depending on where you are in your life, in your path, you could be a younger one that's still deciding on what is that motivation, what is driving me, but that's coming. It'll come for everybody. And it may change several times. It certainly has for me. Spirituality and mystical aspects of life, astrology, tarot, of course, numerology, Reiki, the energies of life, that is something that I've had and been interested in from a very, very young age. And to think that I'm able to do this and share this now is just so gratifying. And the fact that, I can't work right now again, so as a massage therapist, so it's actually pi perfect, right? So that is the beautiful essence and energies that I generally attribute to Tauruses. And then you have Gemini. Well, you couldn't be more different in many, many ways. You're right next to each other on the zodiac wheel, though. So you kind of automatically, just kind of get each other through just, I guess, osmosis, as they say, and I've used a few times. It's just this natural kind of gravitational pull towards each other. Gemini being an air sign, so very much in the mind, very analytical, and particularly because they are ruled by Mercury, and that's all about the mind and expansion and learning and growing and sharing and communicating and expressing and study and teaching and speaking in voice, and any type of communication or connection is really important to Geminis. I've met so many Geminis that are very, very social. They know a little bit about everybody and everything, and they like to join people together. They like to start, groups on a purpose that will make a difference. They're changeable. They're funny. They're loving. They're caring. They are sometimes extremely outgoing. Sometimes very, very introverted. That's that analytical kind of studious aspect to a lot of them. Some want to just go and break all barriers, and some are just very, very matter of fact. This is how we do this. We follow the rules. So you're going to get a little bit of both. But yeah, I love them, and I think that they can add a lot to the world, and certainly through technology and the knowledge that they choose to use and to share with others. And there's going to be a huge amount of beautiful complementary energy happening for Gemini, with a lot of the important planets moving into the air sign of Aquarius. And so, as I go along, I talk more about that. But it's strong and it's powerful, but the two of you can really culminate an interesting and important, diverse, yet complementary relationship together. And I'm talking all spectrums of love, and I always mention that. If you're a single person and you think, oh, I don't have a love, every single message on this, that I mentioned outside of even this highlighted relationship has to do with you, because you have many connections in your life, and they're based on love, right? Love is what brings us together and what makes us want to grow with others and learn and expand and connect, which has really been missing this year. So I feel like it's people wanting to just burst out of their seams with that. And that's what this energy is going to be. It's about expression and connecting more than we certainly have with the different elements and so forth. So yeah, I was in Capricorn for all this year and many prior years, and that worked really well with you, Taurus. But you'll do fine with air. You're going to make that work. That excites you, because you like to learn, and you definitely like to talk. You can be an amazing speaker. And people listen. So let us read the 3 major category messages for the highlighted relationships of Gemini and Taurus for today, mid-month reading. And the first one wanted to come out, and that is going to be the category of overall energy for the two of you and the catalyst that's led you to this reading. And you have the 5 of Cups. It's interesting because, this has come up a few times, and I understand it. Cups is about the emotions. That's the water element. You notice the 3 that are fallen in front of this forlorn-looking gentleman? Well, that's the losses that have occurred this year. And my heart goes out to every one of you who have lost and who are grieving. And, it's overwhelming. And it's not something to take lightly or to dismiss. And it's really something that you will obviously hold on to in some ways for the rest of your life. The encouraging and important message for this, and for the two of you, is to know that on that hearth are the 2 standing up cups that are there for you. It's probably the 2 of you standing strong in the midst of chaos and difficulties and changes and losses, right? Whatever those losses may be. And to just know that you will always be guided. You will always have each other. And love is incredibly powerful. It is one of the strongest energies that exists. And it heals like none other. And depending on where it fell in your chart, we did have the planet of Chiron, known as the wounded healer, stationing direct again. So that's about healing of all types, and guiding us in the things that really have hurt us, and helping us to heal, and especially in a forward moving motion. It's a beautiful time to have that happen for all of us, but it's not just a coincidence. So being strong and knowing you can fulfill yourself again. Life goes on, cycles will continue to happen, and just embracing your love and your creativity together. And And that's what I see from that. Always remembering and thinking about your blessings is really important. That's happening at this moment. The second is the possible blessings or obstacles. And you have the Hierophant. Okay, so this is tradition, this is authority, this is basically very much the Capricorn energy. Or Taurus, actually. I think it is representative of Taurus. Tradition, standard, status quo, religious sects, dogma, that type of thing. Rite of passage and marriage, sealing the deal, making the commitment in a very old-fashioned, in a way, form, and it's a commitment. It is a common way to approach the relationship. And if it isn't marriage, it is making another vow or commitment of your own to each other to step it up a level, and it's beautiful. It can show great perseverance, and I would say permanence to this relationship. It could involve family and children and providing and allowing that to be a part of the picture as part of the growth and that sort of thing. But I also like to bring up that as a major arcana, knowing there's always guidance, whether it's your own incredible intuition or just the co-creation of life and, the universe there for you at all times. But, it's usually a particular way or tradition of doing something or an idea you have. And I love it. I feel like it's catered to this love, though. And making that commitment is what's really coming out strong. So I hope that's a good percentage of you. And you're feeling really excited about that. I know a lot of babies are born this year. And I know that I included have, a lot of people I know have adopted animals, which is beautiful. It's something that I will always look at I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional, at my kitten I named Eclipse, having got him during our triad of eclipses during the summer. And I know I'll always remember him for this time, but he would have been, so I'm happy to have been able to do that, and he's amazing, and I'm super glad that we are together, and he's growing and doing so well. So the last and final is the category of finances. And yes, it's about money, but it's also about, the physical, tangible things you can see, which is what Earth has really, really been predominantly telling us in the last, 200 years of predominance of Earth elements residing in our planets and guiding us and showing us. It was about growth and building and, infrastructure and all the things we kept seeing in these, certainly last 30, 40, 50 years since I've been in my area. It's like everything just kept growing and expanding, and there were more buildings, and I'm thinking, where are these people gonna, and traffic, and yeah, so that was huge. And well, you have the Queen of Wands. This is the powerful, fiery, straightforward, but more maternal and loving influences that we bring forth in direct relation to what it is we're doing to create wealth, to create stability, to create security, to create a foundation for our families, our loved ones. This is the maturity that is so, so strong. Look at the purple skies in the background. That's the third eye, and knowing and truly giving of your heart and your ability to see beyond the current circumstances in a lot of ways is how I look at that. You've projected this, you have manifested this, and it's a really strong indication that you've got some really prominent, positive energy coming in for a better stability in your finances. And like I said, I feel